Hello, this is Mark Simmons, Chief Strategist of Mixed Digital, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to set up a Facebook ad campaign. If Facebook advertising is something new to you, then I hope that you find this useful. We talk a lot about the power of Facebook because of its huge user base and the ability to target your ads to specific audiences. So um, we're going to go through the steps to create an ad and show you, just how easy it is to get started. So you begin by logging into your Facebook ad manager, which looks like this, and we'll go ahead and we'll create a new campaign. Now you have to choose your objective. Do you want to boost your post? Do you want to promote your page? Send people to your website, increase conversions, get app installs, etc., etc. So let's do one that I commonly do. Send people to your website. All right, so now let's pick the page that I want to use. And let's say that we want to talk about search engine marketing. So I'll go ahead and grab the URL. Now, if you're using Google Analytics, now's the time that you want to go ahead and add in your tracking code, because it's definitely not done automatically. So I'll just go ahead and add in some parameters. The source, medium, we'll do a CPC because it's pay-per-click. For campaign, I'll do PPC and or do SEO. And for content, I'll do SEO consultants, or just SEO general. You decide what you want to do here. It doesn't completely matter. Now, Facebook gives you the ability to track conversions with the Pixel. I already have it installed, and all it is a snippet of code that you add on to your website on the thank you page or the confirmation page, so that when someone completes an ad and fills out a form, that you can send them to, that information gets captured and you'll be able to see it in your Facebook reporting. So now let's move on to the next step, setting up the audience and budget. All right, so I want to target smaller businesses, older individuals, maybe let's say 30 to 50 years of age. I want to target men and women. I want to target people who speak English. All right, so now we get into some interesting things. Here we can do detailed targeting to include people who match at least one of the following. So let's start off with company size. And since I want to target small business, let's do less than 10 employees and 10 to 49. Okay. Let's say I want to target restaurants. So now you see you have different categories. So people who are interested in restaurants, yeah, that's very general. You see 423 million people, so that's not a good thing. What I'm more interested in are the job titles, or possibly industry. So let's see, industry. Let's see if restaurant comes up. So it doesn't. Fine dining might be a good one. I'll add that in there. And then we've got food and beverage manager. So you decide on what makes sense to narrow down the field. So I'll just go ahead and pick some of these, see what else comes up. So restaurant behavior, people who are owners or employees of a business in the restaurant industry. So that's a good one. All right. So I've given enough. We have the potential reach of 10 million people, right? So we've narrowed it down from the full Facebook range of billions down to 10 million. But that's just to give you an example. So now let's say you want to narrow it even further. And let's say that you wanted to reach people with a college degree. So we can do college grad. We could do something like you only want to reach parents. So there's a lot of different ways. You can get very creative in how you target your audience. The point is that the more specific, so now it's down to from 10 million to 5 million. The more specific you are, the closer you're getting to your target audience. All right. So now let's move on to the next section where you can do a connection to your Facebook page. I want to exclude people that like the Mixed Digital page because they've already shown interest. So I don't want to show those ads to them again. All right, you can choose to save this audience and call it something special. So I can call this restaurants. Now I'll set a daily budget. So let's say that it's $20 a day. And I choose whether I want to run my ad continuously or set a start and end date. So I like to set end dates. So let's say I run this through the end of the month. That way I don't have to think about it and change the time. It'll just end. And it tells me how much I'm expected to spend between now and the end of the month. That way you can manage your budget and you don't have to worry about overspending because you forgot to turn ads off. All right, so now we pick either clicks to the website, which they recommend and I recommend, impressions, or daily unique reach. It's best controlled with link clicks to your site. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for traffic to the site. So let's do that one. More options, impressions, and link clicks. So we make sure it's on link click, which is what it will automatically do it there. So now you can choose bid amount. I like to choose manual. So here's the thing. Facebook suggests a range of $1.28, $3.78 based on my targeting. So what I want to do is in the beginning, because the campaign needs to develop some traction, it needs to get some data together to see how effective it is in reaching your target audience. So what I like to do is I'll go with the recommended dollar amount. I won't go on the high range because you don't want to pay more than you have to. But eventually, after a few days and you start to get clicks, you'll be able to lower this amount. And you want to lower it to as little as possible down the line. That's one of the ways that you can optimize it. All right, so now we don't have to worry about ad scheduling. I'm going to run ads all the time. If you wanted to run ads on a schedule like just during the week, just during business hours, you'd be able to do that. But as it tells you, you'd have to change the budget to lifetime. So up here, daily budget versus lifetime budget. So if you have a campaign and you're running for a specific time, and you have a specific dollar amount that you want to use towards it, then you can do a lifetime budget and it won't overspend. It's actually a very good way to manage the budget. In this case, I'm just doing daily. But, you know, let me show you. Let's say I have 350, okay? That's what I'm making pop. So now we can go into run ads on the schedule. So now you can do this. Say you want to do it during business hours. All right, or let's see if that backs out. Let's say you just want to do it during weekends. You decide what makes sense for your business. I'm going to do run ads all the time just for this example. All right, so delivery type, standard versus accelerated. Standard spreads it out during the course of a day. It kind of evenly spends your budget. Accelerated spends it as quickly as possible, which if you have an unlimited budget, then that's fine. And if that makes sense for your business, then go right ahead and do that. In most cases, we want to do it standard and let it kind of slowly spend the money. All right, so choose an ad set name. So in this instance, what you want to do is you want to think about kind of how you're categorizing your ads. And as you're creating multiple ads, you want to use a name that makes sense so that you can recall what's in that ad set. If you're used to AdWords and PPC language, ad set equals ad group. So it's how you're categorizing the keywords on the PPC side so that they're thematically related. In this instance, I'm just going to go with general because I can't think of anything better right now. Let's go to choose the ad creative. All right. Here's where we have some fun. We can choose a single image or multiple images in one ad. In my experience, it's better to be more granular. And what I mean is this. I like to choose a single image or video and then use the tracking for Google Analytics to tell me exactly what's going on. So if you recall back when we created the tracking code and I added in content, UTM content, that tells me what the ad is, what the contents of the ad are. And that way, when I look back at the Google Analytics information, look at the behavior, I can narrow it down by the specific ad. And I'll go ahead and I'll create 2 ads here. So let's see. Select images. Let's see what I have in play. All right, let's just pull some generic stuff. I've got some images loaded up. You can upload your images. You can use Facebook stock images. I think I have something that says SEO. Let's take that out. Okay, so now we've got one image. Now, important, your images need to be 1200 by 628 is recommended. Image ratio 1.91 to 1, and your image may not include more than 20% text. So very important, Facebook doesn't want a lot of text in the images, and they're going to look at how much text you include, and if it's over 20%, then they're going to prevent you from showing the image. So think about that. Now, also, here's a preview. So when you're creating your images, you don't need to put your logo in there because your logo's right here. This is the way it looks on desktop news feeds, and if you include your logo, you'll be able to see that there. All right, so now we want to include our call to action, which is going to appear here. So let's say, let's just do learn more now. SEO is a I'm not a typist. All right, so we've got our image, we've got our call to action, we've got some supporting text that appears at the top, and this is what it looks like on mobile. Now we get to choose our buttons. You could do no button or one of these. So I'm going to choose learn more. It fits with what I'm trying to do. All right. I can also add in a description. So this would be something like Mix Digital is a full service digital agency specializing in paid and organic search engine marketing, whatever you want to put. The display URL, so you see here, it just says mixdigital.com. I could do something like this. to be more specific. And then it will update. Okay, so now I get to choose the networks. I like the desktop news feed. I like the mobile news feed. I don't like the right column. I feel that the ads are too small and they really aren't paid attention to. The audience network is something that I feel like, since you can't control where it's being showed, it's a little bit more difficult to get good results. And if you're going to do audience network, I think you need to break it out into another ad so that you can measure those results separately. Instagram, up to you whether you want to use Instagram. We're using it more often now, so that's just kind of your call. Again, since Facebook and Instagram are different audiences, it makes sense to create another ad that would show on Instagram and one that shows on Facebook, so you can compare the results. We're going to take it out for this one. All right. So now that I've got all of that done, I'm going to review the order and I'm going to name my ad. So I'm going to call this Learn More, and then do place order. So it tells me my order's been placed. It's going to be in review. And now I'm going to quickly create a second ad with all of the same targeting information and the same creative, with one exception. So I'm testing call to actions, and I'm going to change this to contact us. I'm going to review my order. So everything else is equal except the call to action. So now when I go and look at the ad set, I have two ads. I'm also going to pause them since this was just a demonstration. But when I go into the second one, I need to change something. So I need to go and I need to change the content parameter to let me know the difference between the two, and then I'll go ahead and save it. And in Learn More, I'm going to go ahead and change this to Learn More. Sometimes you get that error, but it's really just save it again. Okay, so now both my ads are pending. When they're reviewed, they will go live. And when you just start up an account, it goes through that process. But once you've been running and they know that you're legit, then they'll approve the ads a lot faster. Okay, so that was today's lesson on how to create a Facebook ad. In a future installment, I will go over how to measure performance, how to review ads that have been running, and how to determine what kind of changes you should be making, talking about different ways to test images, call to action, the text, the supporting text. It's a lot of different things that you can do. So I hope you found this content useful. If you did, please like this video. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Please share this video within your network and your social media platforms. And of course, contact us if you have any questions. All right, so you can leave comments and we will get back to you if you have specific questions, any problems that you've been having setting up Facebook ads or running Facebook ads. We'd be more than happy to chime in and help you out. So thank you for watching. And again, hope you found it useful. Have a great and productive day.